everyone, it's Plumioux here and welcome back to my channel for a brand new video. And can I just start this one out by saying Happy New Year's Eve. So I thought I would hop into CAS and create a couple that likes to work hard but party even harder. So you can imagine that this couple would be out on New Year's Eve and they would be at the hottest party in town. So first of all, we're going to start off with Mr. Freddie Cruz, and he is just a whole damn snack. I don't know how he turned out like he did, but he is just, oh guys, he is just so beautiful. And at the moment, I think it's the bottom lip, and it'll form a little bit more once we get there, but I think his bottom lip is giving me Channing Tatum vibes. But once I'm finished with Freddie, he turns into this like Latin sensation for me, and I feel like he would have smooth moves on the dance floor, and that is just the sexiest thing in a guy. When a guy can dance, I'm like, oh my goodness, boy has got moves. And that is what I imagine that Freddie Cruz is like. And you know, he could get all the girls if he wanted all the girls, but he's got his lovely girlfriend. And so Freddie is very, very passionate. He's passionate about his work, which he is a teacher or professor. I'm not sure about which one it is, but he's one of those. He's in the education career track, and I'm not sure what he teaches. Maybe some Spanish, because I feel like learning Spanish from Freddie would make everyone pay attention, because like I said, he's just completely beautiful. And so he's a little bit broody though, and he's a little bit dramatic. So I feel like combined with the personality of his girlfriend, they create lots of fiery sparks together, if you know what I mean. So like, they love hard, they play hard, they work hard, they put their all into everything. Do you know those type of people that I'm talking about? That is Freddie and his girlfriend, who we will talk about more once we get to her. But you guys, it's New Year's Eve. What do you guys have planned? What are you doing? Are you staying in your pajamas like I am, or are you going out? See, I wanted to create a couple that is completely opposite of what I would do on New Year's Eve. Like I said, I feel like Freddie and his girlfriend would be out at the hottest club on New Year's Eve in the center of the dance floor, champagne in hand, or maybe they're out on the like observatory deck looking over the city. But wherever things are bopping, Freddie and his girlfriend are going to be there, and they're going to be in the mix of things. They like to get dressed up. Both of them probably take about 2 to 3 hours to get ready to look their best. Like, they're very high maintenance Sims, which is completely the opposite of how I am. I feel like in all my years of being able to go out on New Year's Eve, I've only been out once, and it was an absolute disaster. I'll get to that in a minute. But one of my most favorite New Year's Eves was when I dressed up in a onesie and I drove to one of my friends' houses, and this is when I lived back in the States, and we all just sat around in our pajamas and we played board games together. And that may sound boring to some people, but it was amazing. It was like the best way to bring in the new year, and I loved it. I loved it so very much. But back to my sort of worst New Year's Eve. Actually, let's talk about Freddie for a second, because he's just getting hotter by the second and I can't even contain it. And look at his bottom lip. You can't tell me that bottom lip doesn't look like a Channing Tatum bottom lip. And Channing Tatum, speaking of somebody else who has moves, smooth moves on the dance floor, he can dance too. And goodness me, I mean, if you haven't seen Magic Mike, you should probably do yourself a favor and watch Magic Mike. If not for the stripping, just for the sheer talent of the dance moves, because it is beautiful. So before I created Freddie and his girlfriend, I actually did a little bit of CC shopping, and my Tumblr is linked down below, and that's where I reblog all of my CC. I will get around to putting up a CC list for these two, but if you guys see something in the video straight away after you've watched it, just head to my Tumblr and it is most likely there. I downloaded a few new clothing items for males. This top is brand new, and some new hairs, but I didn't actually use one of the new hairs that I downloaded just because it didn't look right on Freddie. And I used one of my most favorite beards. I need to download more facial hair, so if you guys know of any good places to get male facial hair, link it down below in the description, in the comment section for me. I would greatly appreciate it. So I did both the formal and the everyday wear on camera, and then at the end of the video, as per usual, I will have the spinny bits so you can see all of their outfits. The rest of the outfits aren't anything special, but I really wanted to do everyday wear to kind of show their work hard mode, and then their formal wear for their play hard mode. And yeah, I just love this simple sort of kind of it's a formal top, like a tuxedo top, and then some just slacks for the formal wear, and then he's got on these really cool like hipster type of glasses. But that was Freddie Cruz, the Latin sensation, the beautiful dancing machine, and now we are on to his girlfriend Simone Rush. Now Simone changes dramatically from what we're seeing right now, and she turns out just beautiful. I'm like patting myself on the back. I make beautiful Sims. No, I'm just kidding. People will probably look at this and go, she's not that great. But I think she is absolutely stunning. And I did download some new CC for her, including some CC hairs. And then towards the end of the video, you guys probably won't notice it, and I don't even know why I'm telling you this, but I did have to jump out of Create a Sim in order to go download a dress that I already thought that I had in my game. But it was all fine in the end. We got there, and I put Simone in the dress that I thought she would look perfect in. And you know, she's got a rocking bod, so she could definitely pull off this type of dress, and she just looks simply stunning. Now for Simone's sort of like heritage and her background, I thought that maybe she was French American or maybe Italian American. I'm not really sure, but she is definitely got this sort of exotic look about her, and I don't know if it's the light eyes and the dark hair. Not saying that like I don't even know what I'm talking about. Never mind. Let's just scratch that. I just think she looks really exotic. She's really pretty, and I'm really happy with how Simone turns out. Now, Simone is in the political career, and it's kind of difficult for her because she is over emotional and she's a bit of a diva. She's also got that fiery personality, so I don't know how far she's gonna go in politics, but she throws her all into it. And then when the weekend comes, she is ready to party. She lets her hair down, or in this case, she puts her hair up, but she just looks like a dime piece when she goes out, and she's just got it all together. She looks like she does contouring, and she does all the things that beauty gurus do, like baking. I don't even know what baking is, and she uses beauty blenders and all that stuff, things that I don't even have in my remit. Like, I still use my fingers to put on my foundation. Please don't come for me. But she just has it all together, and she's like this perfect picture of a sim, and she never has a hair out of a place unless it's meant to be out of place. She's just like takes her appearance really seriously. So with Simone, I actually did something that I never really do with my Sims. I touch sliders that I've had in my game forever, but I never ever use. And those are the uneven brow sliders. And I use them, and they look really good. It's very subtle what I do, and you can see kind of that her eyebrows are moving just a skosh every now and again, but I feel like it brings the look completely together, because I feel like not everyone has like perfect eyebrows at all. Yeah, they're just like your eyes. You don't have two perfectly sized eyes that are the same size. That was a really confuddled sentence, but I feel like you guys get what I'm trying to say here. But anyway, I'm playing with her nose, and I feel like her nose makes a massive difference. Like, from the profile, it's not that cute. I do fix it a little bit towards the end of the nose portion, but I feel like her nose just sort of makes her what she is. And then plus, once we get to her makeup, I did download some new highlights, a couple of new blushes, and then something else that I downloaded that I've never used in my game. I've seen other people use them in their games, but I've never like dared to try it, is baby hairs. I downloaded baby hairs, and I used them on Simone, and they look really good. And then also, I played with the breasticle sliders. I've had them in my game for goodness knows how long, and I've never really played with them because when you randomize Sims, when you've got like body sliders, they can distort crazily. And I experienced that when I did the random genetics challenge with sliders, so I may link that up in the top right corner if you guys want to check out what happens when you have sliders in your game and you do the random genetics challenge, because it was kind of a hoot. But playing with the breasticle sliders kind of made me want to download more body sliders. I don't know if I'm going to do that because it makes clothes go all funny and things like that, but I might do, because I really want to create Sims in The Sims 3 that have like proper hourglass figures, and I feel like it's kind of hard to do that with the sliders that I have in my game. But anyway, I've gone off on a complete tangent. Simone's face is pretty much finished, and her nose is just going to become a little skosh bit better once I throw on a nose mask, and I find the cutest nose mask for her. But here we are in the makeup section, and just watch how she transforms into somebody who is well put together. Again, this is totally not me whatsoever. But anyway, back to my worst New Year's Eve ever. Like I said, I don't go out very often for New Year's Eve because it's just not my jam. I can't be doing with like getting all dolled up and going to wait in line or having to pay extortionate prices to have a drink or get into places. That just doesn't vibe with me. So it's not something that I do very often. But one year when I was in England, and this was before I moved to England, my friend and I were over here and we went out on New Year's Eve. And we were having a good time until she got completely hammered, just blackout drunk. It was a big old mess, and I lost her in this club that we were in. And I turned around at one point when I was looking for her, running all over this club trying to find out where she'd gone, and she's making out with a boy, which is fine. You know, it's New Year's Eve. You want to make out with a boy? You make out with a boy. That's fine. But then this dude comes up to me and he's like, I want to take her home. And I was like, no. Oh, how now, brown cow? We're not playing this game. You're not taking her home. I don't know you. We're in a different country. We don't have cell phones at this point. This isn't happening. Not on my watch. So I completely cock-blocked my friend, and she was not happy about it. And so the two of them stood there like I was the mother, and they were petulant children begging me for them to be able to go home together. And I was like, no, we're not doing this. I mean, we were adults at this time, but I was like, no, this isn't happening, because I don't know what it was, but I was like, this is not going to go on. And he was like, but I'll make her pancakes in the morning. And I was like, dude, you probably don't even know how to cook. You're probably like a level 1 cooking skill. You probably burn down your house and do the little sim dance. And yeah, I just wasn't here for it. And then it gets even worse, because I finally dragged her out of the club, away from this guy, convinced her that this wasn't going to happen. She wasn't going to go to him. He wasn't going to come back to where we were staying. And she started bawling. Like, not even a little bit of bawling. She was wailing in the back of a taxi as we were going back to where we were staying. And then she got on the phone to her mother back in the States and was wailing in the back garden about how mean I was, and I wouldn't let her have any fun, and it was just a big old flipping mess. And then, you know, the kicker, the icing on the cake here, the cherry on top, she remembered none of it the next day. I was like, do you know what you did? And she was like, no, I thought I had a great time. And I was like, oh my gosh. Coincidentally, this is the person that I moved to Australia with the next year. And let's just say that was a big old mess. But anyway, Simone is looking pretty. And look at that hair, you guys. That is a brand new hair that I have just downloaded. Again, you'll find that on my Tumblr page. I'm pretty sure it's by Sims of Ice and Fire. And they make such beautiful hairs. It's either Sims of Ice and Fire or Chazzy, but I love this hair. And we're just going through her everyday outfit. Again, she's in the political career, so I thought, you know, a pencil skirt with a geometric pattern on it, and then just a nice little top. She's wearing something very similar to Nora from Simon Says Challenge, but I just thought it worked really, really well. And then once we get to her formal outfit, I'm in love with that dress. But anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap this up here. Love you and leave you guys for the rest of the music. for the rest of the music. For the rest of the video with some music, let me know what you guys are doing tonight for New Year's Eve. How are you ringing in the new year? And if you guys have any stories about your worst New Year's, your best New Year's, I want to hear all about it. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to do all those cool interweb things, like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you've got that bell ding dong so you can be notified whenever I do upload. But for now, I'm gonna skeet skedaddle. Don't be a plum stranger now, guys. Bye!